Hi, I'm Brett V. from Gensco here in Tacoma, Washington. We are a distributor for American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Today I'm here with Tim Earle, Sales Manager for Mercurios Heating and Air Conditioning, one of our longtime American Standard dealers and a customer care dealer. Tim, how long have you been in the HVAC industry?
You know, I've been in the industry since 1988, Brett, and I first started out in the installation department back in Riverside, California, installing equipment, and shortly after that moved into the operations part of things and spent a couple of years in operations. And most of my career, of that 26 years, has been spent in the sales force and as a comfort consultant, and now I serve as a sales manager to guide those consultants.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim, what are some of the day-to-day things that you do that come in contact with the end user, the customer?
Well, Brett, I'm responsible for the pricing and the presentation that goes to the end user. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we bring to the customer not only a great deal of knowledge, but also present it in such a clear fashion that it's easy for them to understand. We want to make sure that the one thing that's important to Mercurios, which is customer service, is implemented in just about everything we present and say.
Sounds good. There are a lot of ways to interact with a customer when selling a product, Tim. Some companies rely on the lowest price. Some companies like to tell the customer how great their company is. And also some companies really like to promote the name of the product that they're selling. How is the Mercurios process with your comfort consultants different in those ways?
Well, that's a great question, Brett, that you bring up. One of the things, and it was a word that you brought up that was most important, and that is consultant. We feel like we're more consultants than we are salespeople.
Sure.
So at the end of the day, will we sell you something? Well, sure, we will, but we like to think of ourselves more as consultants because in a consultant role, you're going to do more sharing of information, recommending, more tapping into that knowledge that we talked about earlier. And we just feel that that's a better way to go about things. And we have always, and I have always subscribed to that theory of, you always want to look at the customer's position from their point of view. That's very important. Because we all have things that we feel are the best, but it's the most important process to say, from the customer standpoint, what is the most important thing to them? So we try to arrive from that standpoint rather than what we feel. And we feel that if we do that and display that message in a clear, concise pattern, that at the end of the day, the customer will be satisfied.
Right. Yeah, well, that sounds like a unique process, and it works well for you guys.
It has. It's worked really well for us. We have a lot of comments from customers along the lines of, I learned a lot about heating and air conditioning today as I made my purchase. And, we feel like that if we can educate a customer and they walk away more informed, it's going to be easier for them to make a good decision for themselves, and we hope we're part of that decision.
Absolutely. So Tim, what tools do you use to show your customers the different prices of equipment that you offer?
Yeah, well, Brett, we use an iPad as a part of our presentation to show the customer visually what they're looking at and what they're considering in terms of options. We feel really strongly about the fact that most customers really have a lot better connection when they can visually hear about an option or a piece of equipment rather than hear about a piece of equipment or an option. And we feel that that visual tool is very powerful. And so we use the iPad presentation to communicate those things and allow the customer to not only see it, but hear about it in the same sense. And we usually feel like if you can verbally hear about it, but at the same time put your eyes on something that's going to end up sitting in either your garage or your backyard, that at the end of the day, the customer is going to feel more connected to that process than if they were just hearing about it and hearing words over and over. Because I think as individuals, we all learn and are all gravitated more toward visual than the audio.
Yeah, sounds good. It sounds like you've done a good job of utilizing technology.
Well, it has. Technology is always moving forward, and it's been a powerful, successful tool for us. And we get a lot of feedback from customers when we pull out the iPad that say to us, "Boy, that was great. I'm glad that you just didn't stick a brochure in front of my face. That you could actually show me some things. And in our iPad presentation, you know, there's movement, there's things sliding in and out, pictures dissolving in and out, and it just creates a little bit more of a, I don't know, a little better visual picture for them.
Yeah,
we like it.
Nice. So Tim, what is the one thing that you would want the customer to know about Mercurios heating and air conditioning?
That's hard to put into one thing, but I would say we want them to understand and know that we truly value them as a customer. I know that that's said every day in every industry out there, but we really feel like when we go home, we're consumers too. So we try to take that, turn it around, and treat a customer like what we would want to be treated. And we want to communicate knowledge, we want to communicate expertise, and more importantly, customer satisfaction is number one with us. We want to make sure that that customer feels 100% satisfied, and we want them to walk away from our experience with them in a mindset that says, you know, this is the best customer service I've had in any industry that I've had to be involved with. And if we do that and we feel like we're successful in doing that, we're happy with ourselves at the end of the day.
Yeah. Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Tim, thank you so much for your time
No
today.
problem. Thank you,
Appreciate
but I
it.
appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yeah.